Alright guys, I'm back again. Back again another day. No Ian. Day 32. No sign of Ian. I fear he is at home wearing sweatpants. Possibly with striations in them. I don't know. Hey guys, I'm back. My name's Chris, and tonight I was on Shudder checking out the new hit movies, and I came across this one called Voice from the Stone because I thought it was a new movie and it looked like a gothic-y kind of ghosty kind of movie. And it turns out some of that's true, some of it. But it is not new. It came out in 2017. It's got Emilia Clarke, who you would know from Game of Thrones and that one terrible Terminator movie. Which Terminator movie? I don't remember. Dark Fate. Is that the new one? The one before that one. Tides of Termination. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, she was in that one. In this movie, she plays a nurse who watches over sick children, and she gets invited to this castle where a child chooses not to speak because his mother has recently died, and the whole place is filled with grief and stricken with the sadness of loss. That's pretty good. That's pretty poetic. It's pretty good. So she kind of Mary Poppins her way over that shit. The father, he whittles his carvings in the garage, but he is pretty tormented by the loss as well. There's a groundskeeper and an old lady at this place, and things go bump in the night, sort of. There's walls in this movie. We'll get to the walls. Anyways, this is Voice from the Stone. I was looking for like a gothic-y horror movie, and I got some of that. It's definitely gothic inspired, but it's kind of like a romantic gothic movie, and it's very, 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 very slow. It's an interesting story, and I thought Emilia Clarke did a pretty good job. She's not notably known as a very good actress. I think people kind of think she's a stinker, but she's fine in this. The dad character, I don't know who his actor is, but he did a great job. The kid, he doesn't even talk, so I could do that. You're probably wishing I could do that. Actually, I couldn't do that. There's supernatural elements to the story, and we'll get to it. But the majority of the action in this movie consists of people putting their ears up to a wall and listening. There's a lot of that in this movie. So if you're into that, cool. I did think it was kind of weird watching this movie on Shudder, although I don't really explore Shudder too often, so maybe they have more movies of this ilk than I am aware of, but it was very, very much a drama laden with sprinklings, perhaps, of some supernatural elements that are completely not overt for the most part. They're subjugated to the background, and they're important to the storyline, but they don't feel like this is a scary ghost horror movie. So the setting is fucking cool though in this movie. This old castle, it looks badass, it looks gothic, it's well shot, it's a pretty beautiful movie. Has a little bit of a twist of an ending, sorta. I mean, it's not super surprising where the movie's going. I heard something in the walls. I heard it in the walls. One thing that kind of bothered me with this movie is it sets up Emilia Clarke's character right away as she's a nurse and she helps children. And that's pretty much the depth you get of her character. They do this a lot in movies where they just, this is what this character does, and then they drop her in a scenario where she does what she does. But beyond that, she has absolutely no story. There's little hints here and there. She can't play piano, I guess, but that's more important to the actual plot of the movie and less about her character. So it seems like she has no wants or desires beyond her duty, which is not how real people are. You know what I mean? Like when real people are done for the day, working for the day, they have their own desires and stuff like that. And it just feels like she's very one-dimensional. I get the movie's more focused on the grief and this father and this son and how she kind of interplays in this dramatic mix. But she's also the main character, and she just, again, one-dimensional. I know she wants to help this family, but beyond that, nothing. Nothing. So overall, I kind of like this movie. I didn't love it, but I got into the visuals at least, and the storyline was interesting and the performances were good. So don't go into this thinking you're going to get some scary ghost movie, because that's not what it is. But I do want to talk about some spoilers, because I saw some people a little confused about the end, or maybe I'm just confused about the end, but it seemed pretty clear what happened. Emilia Clarke's character seems to just be completely possessed by the original mother, and it's shown, one, visually, because she kind of merges into her body. Kind of like some of the subtle foreshadowing. You had characters start to see the similarities between Emilia Clarke and the mother. There's a sequence where she puts on the dead wife's dress, and then the father comes in angrily, and he tells her to take off the dress, but then he starts to see that perhaps she's similar to his wife and tells her to put back on the dress. But she's already taking off the dress, and he says, put back on the dress.
Take it off. No, put it on. Take it off. No, put it on. No, put it on.
They make it pretty clear that Emilia Clarke's character doesn't know how to play piano, and at the end, she plays a beautiful sonata, and she tells her son that she is back. She says, I'm here. So unless I misunderstood, it just seemed pretty straightforward that the mother possessed Emilia Clarke because she had some similarities to her. And yeah. So I would be remiss to not mention the end of the movie. As you've watched this beautiful gothic horror piece play out in this wondrous castle, how could you not end the movie without playing a little Evanescence and completely wrapping this thing up? Amy Lee, tickling the ivories is what I like to hear, singing those 3 notes she can hit. But goddamn it, she has a beautiful voice, but just not much range. I don't know why I'm going on about Evanescence. That's where I'm at with this movie. I liked it. Voice from the Stone, check it out, especially if you have Shudder and if you're into slower movies. You might enjoy it. If not, and you like walls, maybe that'll do it to you as well. Because like I said, good wall action in this movie. Good wall action.